Hello, it's me, mayohosko, and for the first time in, 3 days now, we are back doing one of these 1 hour live streams at 11 p.m. and I'm super excited. Let me just do an audio check. Okay, that audio is a lot better than the previous live stream, and I want to apologize for the audio quality of some of these streams. I just need to get my water bottle. So excuse me. Because, as I like to say, always be hydrated, especially when you're building an awesome Lego set. Hashtag always be hydrated. So once again, we are sorry, I just need to remove this from... I've still got my laptop charging. I apologize for these little difficulties. And we need to get the time lapse set up. What? Come on. I'm sorry. Oh my god. I'm going to have to use a different device to do the time lapse. I apologize about that, folks. That's weird. Okay, actually, I'm going to need to adjust the angle of this time lapse. Ugh. I'm sorry for the non-professionalism. That is my bad. Okay, we want to do a time lapse so that when this live stream series is over, I can make a time-lapse video for all of you folks at home. And let the time-lapse begin. So, last stream, we left off with page 138. Let me just do a quick little microphone test. Yep. Okay, now we're cooking with gas. Sorry for the first 2.5 minutes. So, we left off with the tiles and the little build with some studs on the side pieces. So now we have to repeat that process some more times. So we need some more of the light tan 1x2 modified bricks with the 1x2 studs on the side. And they are spaced by 2 studs, because in between we need to fit a build that is a stack of 2 light bluish grey 1x2 plates and a dark bluish grey 1x2 modified plate with the straight tooth edge. And I've done a close-up of that piece on a previous live stream in this series, because I'm not exactly sure what the modified element is called. So if one of you kind folks at home do know the exact name of the piece, feel free to let me know, because I don't claim to be an expert on the different colors of the pieces or the different names of the pieces, but I want to say that that piece is of the tooth, the rigid tooth variety. It's different from some of the more pointy tooth plates, like what we've seen with some of the Creator 3-in-1 builds, for example. And like, I know that there have been several builds, 3-in-1 builds for lions and sharks that have used the 1x1 sharp tooth element in white, and also some grey colours. So that was 139. Now let's turn over the page, and hopefully we can get halfway, no, sorry, 2/3 of the way through bag number 4. So we need to get a whole bunch of bricks and looks to be some inverted slopes. And I'm thinking these white 1x3x3 inverted slopes are one of my new favorite parts because of the different curvature element, because of the different curve shapes you can make out of them. And I think some of the best design improvements that Lego has ever done, honestly, is introducing more and more curve elements into the piece inventory. And I think the theme where curved elements shines the most is with Speed Champions, because to make those Speed Champions cars look like the prototype that they're basing them on, they have to use a lot of very intricate curves. And if you've seen people's reviews of Speed Champion sets, like Jane Bricks has done a bunch of Speed Champions reviews, and he always points out the new elements that are introduced into a set if there is a new piece that comes out for a specific set. And there have been a bunch of curved slopes. Either they be a brick tall or 2/3 of a brick tall to get those intricate curve details. So what do we need? We need 2 stacks of light bluish grey 1x2 plate and a dark bluish grey rigid tooth 2x2 plate. And that will end up being 1 brick high on top of some light bluish grey 2x2 plates that we placed in the last stream. And once again, I just wanted to apologize for the last 3 nights. I think it's been where I haven't made a live stream at this time period. There's been a common cold circulating around my family, and so they've needed to rest and rehabilitate. So they needed their own space, and they needed the heat to circulate around in this winter time. So I wish them all well in their recovery from the common cold. And I think I'm going to need to use the brick separator. So for all of you kind folks at home who have been keeping up with this live stream series, be sure to take a shot of water every time I have to use the brick separator. And also whenever I take a drink of water, be sure to leave the comment, always be hydrated. So now what do we need to do? Because we put that layer of bricks on, and now we need to go to the other side. So we need 2 stacks of 2 light bluish grey 1x1 plates. And let's get that wedged in there. I don't know if it's me, but does anyone else seem to have a butterfingers when they're trying to wedge a 1x1 plate onto other larger plates? I have a lot of butterfingers trying to get these smaller pieces on, and that's the great thing about the modular sets, is that especially in the modulars that have come out after, I want to say, the Grand Emporium back in 2010, the modular sets have started to come with more and more small pieces, especially printed 1x1 tiles. Like, I've pointed out in previous live streams that I really like that this assembly square has a bunch of the Simpsons donut pieces, because I think that's one of the better one-by-one printed elements going around right now. And because sets like the Bean There Donut That set was a Target exclusive in the US, it makes it kind of difficult to get your hands on those Simpsons donut pieces. So whenever they are in a set, I'm always excited about it, especially if you get some of those as extra pieces. And another interesting piece that I don't think I've seen in a set that I've built before is the 1x1 quarter round tile that has the printing for the cherry pie. I don't think I've ever seen that in my collection before. And we also get some extras of that in the assembly square, which is nice to have. And right now, doing 3 builds of a light tan 1x1 modified brick with the 1x1 studs on the side perpendicular to each other on 2 sides. And it's kind of tough to get your fingers in when it's making contacts with those stacks of 1x1 light bluish grey plates that we just put down. Where's another one of those studs on the side? And this is the last one. To make some curvature details on top of a 6x6 light bluish grey round plate. Where are those G-slopes? Light bluish grey G-slopes. Without having, giving the illusion of a curve without actually using curve pieces. And but I'd say probably my favorite curved slope or curved brick elements is probably the 1x6 curved slope. That is such an awesome piece because that can give so much detail for a roof line of a building, for example. I think the first time I ever got some of those 1x6 curved slope bricks would have been in the 2006 hospital and the 2006 airport set. Those were some really cool sets that I got back in my childhood, and they were some of the first sets that I got when I was introduced to Lego. Because I'll say if you want to learn more about my history about how I got into Lego, I would recommend that you go check out the 8-year anniversary video of Mayohosko, where I get into some of that detail more. But the 2006 hospital and the 2006 airport sets are very, very special to me. And I said in, I think 2 live streams ago now, that unfortunately I never got the stickers for the 2006 hospital. My theory is that when we threw the box away, I accidentally left the stickers inside, and I would have made a rookie mistake like that because I was 5 years old in 2006. So I really missed out on having those, particularly the Star of Life stickers that were used as some of the symbols for the hospital. I think the Star of Life symbol is better than the Red Cross symbol that Lego used in a bunch of hospital sets, particularly in the 70s and the 80s. I don't think it was until some of the ambulances in the 90s, maybe the emergency treatment center in 1987 might have had it, but I'm not sure. I think there was an ambulance in the 90s. I want to say it was a mid 90s set that had that was the first time that we got the Star of Life in a Lego set. And I really wish that I had those Star of Life stickers so I could use that on some of my ambulances. But oh well, I'll have to go with the more vintage style of Red Cross that Lego used in a bunch of ambulances. And I'm trying to find a dark bluish grey 1x6 brick. Where could it be? I'm seeing 1x4s, but I'm not seeing... Oh, hang on. I think I might have built it wrong. Yeah, that's why I built it wrong. I put the 1x6 in place where I needed to put the 1x4. That's better now. And let me pop this on. So, and you know what? I think, well, throughout this live stream series, I've been trying to think of different things I could talk about for my podcast episodes of Mayo's Random Vintage Lego, because I already did the introduction pilot episode, so to speak, and then I talked about some of the more well-known classic Lego themes like Lego Trains and Lego Castle and Lego Pirates and Lego Space, whether it be the classic space or the vintage space themes that started with Futuron and Blacktron in 1987 all the way up to Life on Mars in 2001. And I apologize for any notifications that go off on my phone. Yeah, so 1x2 light bluish grey plate. Then we need... Oh, this is an interesting piece. It's a sand blue 2x2 jumper. That is a cool piece because I've talked about that. I've talked about the sand colors in a previous live stream from this series. I really like the sand colors in the assembly square, and particularly the sand colors for some of the walls of these buildings that includes the lowest on the bottom floor, because the assembly square came out for the 10th anniversary of the Lego modulars that started in 2007 with the Cafe Corner, and Jamie Berard was the designer of the Cafe Corner, and he designed, I think, the Greengrocer and the Fire Brigade also. The Greengrocer came out in 2008 and the Fire Brigade came out in 2009. The Market Street, that was a fan design set, and that was released for the Lego Factory theme, and that's something I might need to talk about in a podcast episode. Maybe not a Mayo's Random Vintage Lego, but I think I might need to come up with a podcast series talking about things past the vintage era. Maybe I need to start a podcast series that talks about some of the sets from my childhood or sets that would have came out in my childhood. And those years would have been from when I first inherited some of my older brother's Lego sets when I turned 4 years old in 2004, up to the 6-month dark age I had for Lego. Because I, believe it or not, I did have a dark age for Lego, but it only lasted 6 months because that was when I was introduced to model trains, and then after 6 months of frustration with model trains because it wasn't as playable, and I think I was too young and inexperienced, and I don't think I'm technical enough to be handling model trains personally. After about 6 months, after I removed my Lego city from my 6 by 4 foot green hobby table, I realized that model trains was a bigger challenge than I thought, and so that's when I tried to rebuild my Lego city. And I made videos about that back in the day, which were filmed on my original first generation iPod Touch that I got for my 10th birthday. And I eventually deleted those videos because I didn't want them to get flagged by copper. So, are those all the pieces? I need to put in some bricks. So what do we need? We need a dark tan 1x2, and that goes adjacent to the dark bluish grey 1x6 brick. Then we need a dark tan 1x1 brick, and then we need a dark tan, what is it? A macaroni brick. And if you don't know what a macaroni brick is, it's any curved brick with the curve being on the horizontal axis. Because from above it looks like a macaroni. That's an aphorism, name of that brick. And I think it'd be cool one day to get a bunch of yellow and a 2x2 macaroni bricks and build a blue Lego bowl so that I could have a mock build of a bowl of a macaroni, and cheese. I think that'd be a cool mock to do a video about. So that, and we need to put a black 1x2 panel. Where was that panel piece? Where is it? It must be hiding in plain sight. See if I can find it. So there it is. So tell me in the comments below if you'd like me to do another podcast about my childhood sets, or sets that were released in my childhood. And I consider my Lego childhood to be from 2005 to 2012. That's when I consider my Lego childhood. And it was around 2014 is when I came up with the idea that why don't I try and make a vintage Lego city. And that meant that I didn't need to buy as many modern day sets anymore, because I inherited about half of the road base plates that are the old style versions before the previous generation that came out in 2005. I inherited of my old style road base plates. Half of them I inherited from my brother. And so I thought to myself, well, I've got more old style road base plates than new style road base plates. So, and they don't look right together. I've got more of the old style. Why don't I try and follow some of my inspirations, like Matt Simmons at the time, who him and his son Tyler had a Lego town, as they call it, not a Lego city, a Lego town. And they've done several tours of their Lego town, which is called Bricksburg. And I believe their Instagram and their Twitter is called Bricksburg. That's what their handles are on those social medias. So if you want to understand more about what I'm talking about, you can go and check out their Twitter and Instagram, and also see some of their Lego town tours. And you'll see why I was inspired to have Mayo City be a vintage Lego town, because and through channels like Brickstar, I developed a lot of appreciation for the vintage Lego sets. And I had an appreciation in the first place because of particularly the Blacktron and the Ice Planet sets that I inherited from my brother. And yeah, tell me if you want to listen to, or tell me if you would listen to a podcast about that, because I'm always coming up with different ideas to expand my inventory of videos. So I'm always floating around different ideas, and I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about anything that I brainstorm, because I think it's important for a YouTube channel to have a variety of content, so that it's not just the same thing all the time. Like, I know there are YouTube channels who use the same background music in every video. I like to switch things up a bit, and I like to choose particularly royalty-free Kevin MacLeod songs that relate to the theme of the video, so that there is a specific tone for the video. I want to choose background music that matches that tone. So if it's something like a race between Lego trains or something, or if it's Lego trains at high speed, or if I'm building a set that has power functions for moving parts, I might be more inclined to use Kevin MacLeod songs like Fun in a Bottle. And by the way, if you want to know the titles of the song of the background music that I do use in my videos, in my credits, I always put the licensing information to the Kevin MacLeod songs from incompetech.com, which is where I downloaded all of my Kevin MacLeod songs from, and they are royalty free, and Kevin MacLeod made them free just as long as you give credit where credit is due. And so that's why I have a Word document where I have all the licensing information saved, so that when I go to create the credits, normally I just have a standard credit that has the licensing information for the Kevin MacLeod songs, such as Welcome to the Show, which I use in my intro, and Call to Adventure, which I use in my outro. But if I do a video, like, for example, when I went to the Brixpo convention in St. Clair, which is a suburb of Adelaide, South Australia, I used a bunch of, I want to say I used 6 soundtracks. So I had to go and get the licensing information and make a different credits to edit the credits, so that I could include the licensing information. So whenever, and that video that I used that music in was for a video of a great ball contraption. And I know that a lot of people love to look at the great ball contraptions at Lego conventions. So I knew making a video about that great ball contraption would be perfect. And so I filmed a video about that, and it was I think it's going to be a 15-minute video. I've got that scheduled to upload. I think sometime in August, I want to say. So come August time, be on the lookout for a video about that great ball contraption. Which orientation does this window go? Actually, this doesn't use a trans clear window. Or does it? That doesn't. That looks like trans light blue. Let me pop this out. Ugh. The trans light blue window was hiding in a drawer piece. So where's that window pane? Where was it? A light bluish grey. I just dropped it somewhere. There it is. No, sorry, not light bluish grey. Sand blue. That's a really cool colour for a window frame. I always love getting the sand colours. And so actually, what I was getting at earlier, before I went on a little bit of a tangent, and before I get on with that, let me just check the microphone. Yep, microphone's still connected. I was going to say that because this is a 10-year anniversary modular, they included a lot of references to some of the old modulars. So the reason they used a lot of sand green for builds like the Florist, because the greengrocer back in 2008, that main colour of the wall was sand green. And I believe some of the sand blue that they've used in this set, I want to say that the wall of the dentist, no, sorry, not the dentist, the vet's office is going to be sand blue. Well, that'd be a throwback to the pet shop, which was the modular for 2011. Now I need some white 1x1 square tiles. Where are those tiles? I think I'm going to go into my extra pieces to get some of those, because they are some of the extra pieces. And we need another one. There we go. Now, where is that oriented? So that goes on top of that sand blue 2x2 jumper that we placed. And actually, I need to reverse the direction of this window. That's better. So now we need to put in, what is that? A 1x2 white panel piece. And then we need one of the 2x3x2 cabinet pieces, and inside we need to put some of these white cabinet drawers. Sorry about the lighting and the focus. Sorry about that. So let's put those drawers in. There we go. And what else? There were some other pieces. Oh, hang on. I wasn't supposed to put 1x1 tiles. Don't have to use the brick separator for this. They need to be, what are they? I don't know how to describe these pieces. I'll bring it up to the camera. And again, I apologize about the bad focus and the bad lighting. But if anyone knows what this type of sloped plate is, I want to say, please let me know what that piece name is down in the comments below. But anyway, we need 2 of these so that we can create a smooth surface. And now we can put that on. So looks like in the bottom drawer, or I'm going to have to take this back out again. And well, it's going to be tough to get out. To get my fingernails under here. Actually, I think I'm going to use my brick separator to pull these drawers out. So take a shot of water. No, that isn't even thin enough. So I'm going to have to get out my Stanley knife. There we go. Actually, just get underneath. Actually, it'd be better to get in the crack of the drawer. There we go. Now, hopefully I can pull this out. There we go. So the bottom drawer looks like what do we need on the bottom? I don't know what that piece is. What is that piece? It's a dark. It can't be one of these pieces, can it? It's supposed to be a dark green. No, sorry, not dark green. Dark bluish grey. I think it's supposed to be this baton piece. I don't think I have one of these in my collection. It's an interesting shaped piece. So that goes on the bottom cabinet. And then in the top, actually, before I put that in, let's get the top one out. And in the top one, we need a light bluish grey Exoforce arm. So let's put that on top. And then the one with the baton at the bottom. There we go. And we can wedge that back into place. Okay, now what? So, I think we need to put in another brick at the back. That looks like a light tan 1x4 brick. That goes right there. And yeah, we put in those pieces. Okay, I think that's for page 142. So now up here, we need to put one of these white 4x4 tiles with the 1x4 studs on one side. And those studs are facing the edge of the white inverted arches. Then in front of that, we need some black 1x1 clips. And then, what is it? In front of that, we need a light bluish grey 2x2 tile. And then in front of that, we need another row of 4 black clip plates. Alrighty-o. And we are just approaching 39 minutes. So I'm so glad that I'm able to do this live stream right now because my sister actually went away camping for the weekend. So that means that my parents can spread themselves out and sleep in different beds. So that's allowed me to be out here right now so I can do this live stream. And the quicker I can do all of these live streams for the build process of this set, the quicker I can get this set done or finished built, and then move on to new projects like building some new mocks. I've got a ton of mocks that I still want to build, and unfortunately I've been a bit behind on some of my mock building because I need to do another edition of Operation Sort. There are a bunch of pieces, just random pieces that are unsorted in my giant red storage tub right now, and I need to sort those pieces into the orange storage drawer units. Need to get those sorted out so that I can use those pieces for building mocks. I'm especially running low on light bluish grey and dark bluish grey bricks and plates. And there are some fence pieces that I'm running low on. I'm running low, I think I said I'm running low on 2x2 light tan type jumpers. I think I said that in the live stream where I was tiling some of my road base plates. So I think I've also said previously, I think I'll need to place a few $100 Bricklink orders so that I can get the parts I need to build my mocks so that I can make them look good. And there are also some pieces I need to complete some duplicates of things like the tractor trailer from the Victory Cup races. Because if you don't know, I'm not sure if I've said it in a previous video, but I really like the design of the tractor cab and the trailer from that transports the go-karts in the Victory Cup races. I like everything about that lorry in general, and so that I want to make that the standard design for my transport or for my freight transport road vehicles, because the tractor cab, the big rig cab, has a five stud wide build at the behind the driver's seat, which is supposed to look like the bed where the driver would sleep overnight to rest to avoid fatigue while driving. But it's actually just stacked 2x3 bricks with some of the aeroplane 2x2 1x2x2 panels that look like the bed compartment behind the driver's seat, but it's not really a bed. Interesting, the Lego City truck from 2010, that was a Lego truck, because that was in the 6-stud wide scale, they actually had enough room to fit a bed behind the driver's seat. And I actually had the 2010 Lego truck, and that was a really, really cool build. That's where I got a lot of my yellow 1x6x5 panels from, and I eventually moved the Lego logo stickers off of those elements and put them elsewhere, because I really liked getting those 1x6x5 panel bricks panels in yellow, and that so I had that set, and that was really fun while it lasted. And unfortunately, the stickers that were used to represent the Lego sets that were stacked on, or that were put on some blue 2x2 tiles, those stickers have started to peel off, which makes me sad. And that's another case about I don't like the Lego sticker quality after the mid 2000s. I just really don't like the sticker quality, and because for a while we would always get stickers that would peel and pull up, and in some extreme cases, I think I've talked about this before, but I owned the cargo truck that was released the same year that the cargo aeroplane came out in 2008. And the transport stickers from that cargo truck just started peeling up, and then they started cracking. And that makes me really sad, because those transport stickers were really cool stickers, but they peeled up and then they started cracking. We don't get some of that cracking nowadays, which is a good thing. And we've just ticked past 45 minutes. What do we need? Dark tan 1x1 brick. Where is it? It'll be, yeah, it's right here. It was out the corner of my eye. Now we need a light bluish grey 1x3 tile. And then we need a light bluish grey 2x2 corner tile with the clipped corner. And where are they? Where was that? I'm seeing ones with the rounded corners, and ones with the straight corners, but not the clipped corner. So where is it? There it is. It was under some pieces. And so they don't have that. Thankfully, stickers nowadays don't have that cracking. But there are some Lego sets. Let me do a microphone check. Yep. There are some Lego sets where the stickers have actually been cut off center, which is disappointing. So I don't know what's happened since Lego changed from the classic greys to the bluish greys, but the sticker quality, the sticker backing, and the sticker printing isn't as good as they used to be, which makes me sad, because particularly sets from the 80s, they had some really strong glue on the back. The adhesive glue was much stronger in the 1980s than what it is now. My guess is that Lego was trying to make their sticker glue adhesive less toxic or something. It's kind of like how they changed the chemical plastic of the clear elements to be more environmentally friendly, which I'm all for Lego being more environmentally friendly with their plastics. Just like when they changed the green hard rubber of their plant elements, particularly their leaf elements. Or is it soft plastic? Actually, I think it might be soft plastic in some cases. They changed that chemical material to where the material was actually a byproduct of plants. And when Lego made that change, they came out with a Lego classic set that had a bunch of trees and plants, and I really regret not picking up one of those sets now. But they put on the box a label, "Plants made from plants," which is really, really cool. But something that isn't cool is that the modern style of trans clear plastic they use in trans clear elements, especially the panel pieces, is that they're more likely to be scratched. And you might have seen it in some scenes of some of the times I've gone to the Lego store, in some of my Lego store vlogs, and I've found trans clear either panel pieces or windscreens when I've been rustling through those pick-a-brick drawers. You can see scratches in the trans clear plastic, which isn't cool. So I think Lego still needs to work out some kinks with that type of plastic. But I'd love to see more. Well, I'd love it if they made more different types of regular green or bright green elements that were made from plants. Because I'd love to see a regular green 2x4 brick that was made out of plant byproducts. I think that'd be really cool. So now let's move on to page 146, and we'll just tick past 50 minutes. So, okay, I think this is supposed to be the apartment build for one of our residents upstairs. So, what do we need? Okay, so we need to put one of these white sign stand pieces in somewhere in the corner right here. Where is it? Where does it go? It goes right here. And I think this is going to attach to the back of a chair or be beside the back of a chair. A really interesting design of a chair. So what do we need? We need some light bluish grey 1x2 modified plates with the clips. You can see here. Let's put the other one on. And then in front of that, we need a light bluish grey 2x2 plate. And then we need to create a build that has two white 1x2 modified plates with the clip bar. Then underneath, we need to put a trans clear 2x2 round inverted tile. Then on top of that, we need to put three. I think this is I think this color is light aqua. I want to say. I think it's light aqua. It kind of looks like a toothpaste green. That's an unofficial name that some AFOLs have given that color. And then we need to attach a white modified 1x2 plate with the two horizontal clip bars, so we can put another one of the 1x2 light aqua tiles and attach that like that. Snap that on. And then we need to put another layer of bricks, some more white bricks, some more light bluish grey bricks, and some more light tan bricks. Let's put that layer on. What do we need? A 1x2 light tan brick, and then a 1x6 light bluish grey brick. Yep, that's right. And then a 1x8 light tan brick for the right side, and then a 1x4. Where's a 1x4? There it is. To interlock those pieces into place. Then a 1x3, and then a light tan 2x2 corner brick. Right there. And then on top of that, on top of one of these builds, we need a light bluish grey spigot that acts as the nozzle for the sink of the little kitchenette in the apartment. And then we need a light bluish grey 1x2 tile. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. There we go. And then, oh, this is cool. We need to get one of these, the thinging pieces. In this live stream series, I've been calling this piece the thinging because I don't know how to describe it. And they've used this for a lot of build techniques. But on top of that, we need another one of the black clips, the 1x1 clips. And obviously that needs to be the other orientation. I think I'm going to need to use my brick separator. So take another shot of water. Ooh, get under there. There we go. And change that orientation. So now we can put that. And I think this is supposed to be a rotary style telephone, which I always like seeing a rotary style telephone with the handset that's attached to the cord, and it's not one of the brick cell phones that started coming out in the 90s. So I think we need, what is that? I think that's a black lightsaber hilt for the handset. And these were the days of when you hung up on a phone, you hung the phone back on the wall, or you hung the phone back on the phone down below, where if you wanted to hang up, you could just smash that phone back in its holder if you were angry about something. Okay, I think that, oh no, there's still a little pot plant build, so we need a 1x1 dark red round brick, and I think I'm gonna need to come around the other side to put that piece on. So that goes right here, and then on top of that we need, what is it, 2 regular green modern flower pieces for a little pot plant build. And they have a lot of pot plant builds in this set, either outside or inside, which I like seeing. Adds a lot of visual detail. So now what? Okay, now we need to put, I think it's a 2x2 newspaper. It says the Lego News, the greatest hero ever. Let's bring this up to the camera. Can I get it to focus? It's not going to focus. Yeah. Just the woes of me not being able to do live streams on my phone because I'm not monetized. So I'm stuck with doing my live streams on my laptop. And then it looks like a I Love Heart Lake City postcard. And you can see it's still not going to focus. That's a shame, but there's a postcard that goes, I'm going to need to come around the other side again. That goes in, I think it's supposed to be a mail rack on the floor. Okay, what else? I think that's all. So now let's go to page 148. So now we're building. Oh, hang on a minute. Is that? I think I had this story all wrong. We're not building the vet's office right now. We're building a dentist office. Okay. I totally got the story wrong. This isn't someone's apartment. This is a dentist's office. Yeah, I forgot. The apartment is on the 3rd floor, above the dentist, which is above the bakery. I totally got that mixed up. So I'm sorry for that. This is supposed to be a dentist's a dentist's office. That's why that chair is a weird build. My bad. So this minifigure is, I guess, supposed to be a dentist instead, and we've just ticked past the 1 hour mark. So this is supposed to be the dentist, and then on the opposite side of the Fountain Plaza would be the vet's office. Okay, I got a little bit disoriented with some of the builds. So I think I'll build this dentist's chair, it looks like then, because I realized it's a dentist when I saw that the build has another faucet and another mini sink on the side. And you know what? Light aqua, that's the color of some of the rags that they put as bibs around a patient in a dentist. So actually that makes good sense color-wise. So this is a dentist's office. The apartment is on the floor above. Because I knew there was a dentist in here somewhere. I just forgot which floor it was on. So the dentist is above the bakery, and then the apartment is above the dentist. So what do we need? Yeah, we need those brackets. Then we need a 2x2 by 2/3 white corner slope. Actually, it'd be better if I build this mid-air so that it gets on the time lapse. And then on one side we need another one of the light aqua 1x2 tiles. Then on the other side we need a 1x2 white plate, then a modified 1x2 plate that has the vertical clips. Where is that? Here it is. And then in being held in those clips is a light bluish grey 3-long bar. Snap that on. Then on top of that is a white 1x1 round plate with the open stud. Slide this on. And then on top of that, we need a 1x2 modified plate with the 1x2 bracket studs on the side. Where is that? Where is that? Here it is. Let's put that on. Then we need another one of those white 2x2 by 2/3 corner slopes. No, sorry, not corner slopes, curved slopes, my bad. Then on top of that, we need another one of the light bluish grey spigot pieces. And another 1x1 round light bluish grey tile. Oh, that spigot just popped up and fell over. Where is it? Crap, it's camouflaging. Oh, don't tell me I lost a spigot. Where could it be? Oh, I dropped it and now I can't find it. Oh, there it is. Phew. Okay, let's pop that spigot on. There we go. Let's do a microphone check. Yep, microphone is still connected. Just approaching 1 hour and 5 minutes. And is that the dentist's chair done? I think it is. So now we can attach the dentist's chair. There it is. So we've gone up to page 149. So we've gone past an hour, so we're going to leave it off there. So I think this is going to be the end of tonight's build session, which this started at 11 p.m. and we are now at 12:06 a.m. Australian Central Standard Time. So if you do want to catch these live streams live for this same time on a later day, just put those times into a time zone converter so that it can adjust to your time zone, so you know when to join in live if you want to turn up live. And if you want to be notified about what days specifically I am doing these live streams, if I decide to do one or not, and you can know all of that stuff by joining the Mayohosko fan club, which is a Facebook page. And now I've put a link to that fan club in the description of every Mayohosko video. So, thank you for watching this live stream. Let's have another water break. Hashtag always be hydrated. So, feel free to like, comment, and share this video with your friends. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. To be notified of every Mayohosko upload, be sure to click that bell icon so that you don't miss out. And if you want to see exclusive behind-the-scenes content, if you want to get early access to my videos before they get uploaded to YouTube, if you want to see exclusive text and images that I won't share on my social media, if you want to get the right to vote on some Mayohosko polls so that you can get some administrative control of some things that goes on around here, and if you want to see the production value of this channel grow, as many other perks, feel free to support me on Patreon. Besides leaving me a comment down below, you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Links to my social media, my Patreon, and my fan club are in the description of every Mayohosko video. So hopefully I'll be doing 2 live streams again tomorrow. And I'll see you in the next live stream, and I will see you in the next video. You guys have been awesome again. Thank you for watching. End stream.